Hey, I'm Jake Von During with the Dialed Cycling Lab.
I'm Lance Hepler with the Dialed Cycling Lab. Yes, the mustache is real. I get questions about it every day. My wife hates it.
It's not real. Anyway, we're here today to talk about mountain biking and what you need to start your mountain biking adventures. If you're new to the sport, this might be a good one for you. If you're a seasoned pro, stick around. We might have a few things up our sleeves for you. So, Lance, real quick, mountain biking, what do I need?
Well, first you need a bike. Like this one. Look at that beautiful orange sparkly color. Okay,
that's a beautiful bike.
That is a beautiful bike. I'm kind of envious of it.
I want to take it, but somebody already claimed it, so I don't know.
Okay, first thing you need if you go mountain biking, and I guess this is the first thing I think of, is a chamois. You need something to protect your nether region.
Your nether region. We're not talking about the thing that you wipe your car off when you're done washing it. We're talking about the thing inside your shorts that gives you a little bit of extra padding, if you will.
Okay, I got a question. How come mountain bikers wear baggy shorts and other cyclists wear skin-tight Lycra? I don't understand.
There are different, we'll say, genres of mountain biking.
Yes.
So you have your cross country, you have your all mountain, you have your enduro, and you have your downhill people.
Yes.
They all kind of walk a different line. So I'm gonna say that your cross country person is somebody that's all about speed and endurance and performance, and they're generally gonna lean towards wearing a full cycling kit, meaning a pair of bib shorts, which is gonna be your Lycra bib shorts, and a tight race jersey on top of that.
I've showed up at lots of different mountain bike group rides. If it's a bunch of cross country riders, they're all in Lycra. They're all in tight kits.
Yep.
If it's a bunch of downhill guys, they're all in baggy shorts and baggy shirts,
and probably have like full face helmets on, maybe a little bit of like padding and whatnot. Like, whoa, where are we going?
I've even showed up at a ride, walked out to go to the ride, realized, oh, everybody's in baggy shorts, went back to my van and put my baggy stuff on and go, it doesn't matter, just get on your bike and ride it.
Yep. That chamois though, that is a good point. That is something that you'll probably thank us for later, because it will help protect your nether regions, and maybe invest in a little bit of chamois cream too, so that you don't get those those abrasions, we'll call them, that you're not gonna wanna deal with later on. So what's another thing, Lance?
Next thing, helmet. You need a helmet. And I've got my mountain biking helmet right here. It's from Eero, and this is my mountain biking helmet. Why? Because it has a visor. Why?
Lance, why do
mountain bikers wear visors on their helmets, and most road bikers don't?
And it's funny because you'll see the roadie come over to be the mountain biker, and they will wear a helmet that doesn't have a visor on it. I don't know, what, keep the sun out of your eyes?
It keeps the sun out of your eyes.
And
it keeps the rain out of your eyes.
I don't know, and then maybe, I don't know, is that the first thing to hit? Maybe you're hitting some tree branches with or something like that?
Visors are not aero, and so I believe that's why road bikers don't. Most road bikers don't wear visored helmets, but literally, it doesn't matter.
6 of one, half dozen other. Wear it, don't wear it, doesn't matter. Just wear a helmet. That's probably the more important thing. Next one, shoes. Shoes are pretty important, but there's going to be a couple different reasons why you're going to choose a pair of shoes. You could go out and just wear your regular sneakers or tennis shoes or whatever you're wearing.
You could wear flat pedals with just regular sneakers. Lots of people do that mountain biking.
Exactly. Or you can go into more of a mountain bike racing shoe that's going to have a really stiff insole.
Here's my mountain bike shoe. This is one from Shimano. I use SPD cleats. These are actually my racing shoes, and it looks like I've used them recently. They have actually spikes in them to help with cyclocross racing, but that's a whole nother issue. I race with these cyclocross and with mountain bike, so that's one option.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have the same pair of shoes that I use for mountain biking and cyclocross when I'm able to race. And that little, did you talk about the little toe cleat on there?
Yeah,
the little toe cleat's actually really nice. When you get into some like sketchy stuff or some like treacherous stuff where you gotta go up some steep stuff, the last thing you want to be doing is slipping and falling. That toe cleat really digs in there and helps you kind of claw your way up the mountainside or the hillside or whatever.
These are the types of pedals that my shoes connect to. These are SPD pedals. These ones are from Shimano.
These ones are from Crank Brothers. They're better.
He likes those. I like these.
Coke and Pepsi, same thing.
Doesn't matter.
Or you can wear your flats. So both great pedals, and they have a little low profile cleat like you saw on Lance's, which is kind of nice because when you're out hiking around or running around with your mountain bike, you have to get off. It's not gonna be something that's gonna get wrecked. It's gonna be able to still clip in pretty nicely. I just like these because they wick away mud easier, and I think that they're a little bit easier to get into, but that's just my personal preference.
Yeah, it's all good.
Cool, next.
Next thing, water. You should take some water with you.
Yes, there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can use yourself a good old-fashioned
hydration pack. This is one from Camelbak. It's called the Chase Vest. I take this quite often with me.
Yep. or you can just throw it in your typical water bottle. And you even see people that will take like a regular water bottle that you get from the grocery store and will put it in the water bottle cage and take that with them as well. Just take water because you don't want to be out and about and come up a little dehydrated.
Correct.
That's not fun times. The first sign of dehydration is fatigue. So if you're starting to get a little fatigued, maybe think about the water that you're not drinking.
Yes.
Cool. What else, Lance?
Gloves.
Gloves.
Generally, with mountain biking, you tend to wear full-fingered gloves. And we wear full-fingered gloves because you have better control while you're ripping downhill.
And a lot of times you'll see like the padding on here too. If you're ripping through some single track trails, it's got some tree branches or different things that are sticking out on the trail, hits your hand, it just lessens the blow there. So you're not really getting dinged as hard.
Story time, Jake.
Go for it. How did I guess?
Last week I was riding in Bend, Oregon on this downhill trail. Came around a corner and a tree branch stuck me right underneath my whoop strap. Whoop strap's a whole nother different conversation. But you can see I lost some skin.
Ouch.
Right, it just stuck. Anyway.
Rubbed some dirt
I should have had longer gloves on. I wouldn't have got stabbed.
Another thing too about full finger gloves, mountain biking, if you're kind of pushing, it's not a matter of if, but when you're gonna go down. So the more protection you have on your hands, the better. The last thing you wanna be doing is losing some skin off your digits, because that's not fun time. So cool, all right, get out of here.
Yeah.
What else we got here?
Flat kit.
Flat kit, that's a really important one because again, not if, but when you're gonna get a flat, you need to be prepared. Your best recourse, in my opinion, is first start out by being tubeless.
Yes.
So that's a really good way to go. We'll get into your repair kit here in just a second, but a tubeless setup basically means that you have no tube in there, and then there's a special sealant, and there's a special valve core, valve stem, and then there's a special tape that we put on the wheel, and then we put the sealant stuff in there, and if you get a puncture, like a thorn or a nail or a staple or whatever you're gonna find out there on the trail, this stuff will seal it up. And then you pretty much are still
keep
riding.
rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get that, or you can get the little bit smaller bottle here too. This stuff works really well. We really like Orange Seal, but there are a few other brands out there like Stans and what's another one?
Stans and
Continental makes
Continental
some.
makes
There's
one.
a few different brands. This is the one that we tend to like the most. So yeah, good stuff here. But if you don't have a tubeless setup, or even if you do have a tubeless setup, there are some things that you might want to consider taking with you. So,
a tube.
A tube. Now, go ahead.
I take an extra tube. I always take this with me if I'm mountain biking. I mark my tubes because sometimes I'm gravel riding, sometimes I'm mountain biking.
Actually pretty smart.
Yeah, so this is taped with, this is actually a mountain bike tire.
Yep.
Oh, mustache wax in case you have a mustache emergency on the trail. Never leave home without your mustache wax. Sorry.
The tube, to go back to the tube real quick, if you're running a tubeless setup, it's still a good idea to take that with you because there are times that you can have a catastrophic event happen to your tire and you're not gonna have that sealant seal it up at all. You're still gonna wanna be able to get back, and a lot of times you can throw that tube in there with like a boot.
Yep.
And what a boot is just a little card plastic.
Story time. A couple months ago, I was prepping for a race and riding with a buddy, railed through a rock garden and flatted on my tubeless tire. And my tire actually tore right at the edge of the rim, and so the tubeless sealant wouldn't seal it up. I had to put a tube in to finish the ride.
Yep, or you can, again, go back to putting in, like, if it's just a smaller little slit, you can put in what's called a boot, and it looks about like the size of a credit card, a little bit smaller thin, or you can use a piece of rubber, you can use like a gel pack from a gel that you maybe took, or you can even use a $1 bill, or like Lance over here, a $100 bill, because that's what he keeps in his saddlebag.
I don't carry hundreds.
And you can put that in between the tube and the tire, and that should keep your tube and tire rolling for you to get back to your vehicle.
When I'm mountain biking, I always take my hand pump just in case my CO2s don't work, or if I have more than one flat.
Yep.
I also take a plug kit. In case sometimes you can, if you have a hole that doesn't fill with your sealant right away, you can plug it.
Okay, pro tip on these guys. These guys work extremely well with the tubeless tires. If the sealant's not gonna plug them up, this will definitely plug it. If for some reason it doesn't, and you have to go to the tube, what is the one thing that you probably want to do, Lance?
You need to remove the metal part of these little plugs, because it will flatten your tube.
Tire. Yeah, you'll put your...
Ask me how I know.
You put your tire in there, pump it up, and all of a sudden your tire goes flat.
Goes flat.
Just a little guy punctured it. So
yeah.
Cool. You got anything else in there? Is bag tricks of yours?
No, one more thing, but we're getting to that.
Okay. All right, what's next?
Multi-tool.
Multi-tool.
I always take a good multi-tool with me.
Crank Brothers.
Just Crank Brothers.
Yep.
These are good multi-tools.
Again, I have the exact same one.
You can tell that it's always traveled with me because it's covered in rust.
Yeah, so with these, another little pro tip is there are a plethora of these things out there. What you need to make sure is that you know your bike really well. Know all of the different screws, the what Allen wrenches, if it's got Torx, if you need a flathead or a Phillips head. Know everything that you have on your bike and make sure it's on your tool, because the last thing you want to do is be out in the middle of nowhere and have something go wrong and you're looking at your multi-tool going, well dang it, I don't have a Torx T15 or something on there because I need to adjust my little doohickey. So make sure you know your stuff pretty well. Cool. Moving on.
One other thing I got in here.
Oh, this is like a bonus.
This is a bonus.
Little bonus thing. That's actually pretty slick.
This is the Garmin InReach. It's a satellite communication device. Quite oftentimes I'm out riding in areas where there isn't any cell service. And with this device, I can actually send an SOS if I'm in trouble and search and rescue can come and get me.
Yep.
Or I can send a text to my wife that says, I'm stuck, this is my exact location, please send help.
I've fallen and I can't get up. This thing is actually really cool though if you're doing a lot of backcountry riding or any backcountry riding at all where there's no service, but they're not cheap. So what do they run?
They're about $300.
About $300, but it's not just paying for the unit. You actually have to subscribe to the service where
it's
you
like a $24 a month service where you can send like 15 text messages per month.
Yep. So, but when you come to a situation where you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere, that's invaluable. It's just like you need this little guy. So you can kind of pick and choose whether or not you think that's going to be a good deal for you. If you are the type of person who's out doing that stuff all the time, might be something worth considering. And I think it's pretty easy to put the account on hold too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, something to consider.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good.
All right, Mary Poppins, you done over there?
Almost.
What else you got?
Food.
Food.
You need to take food. I always take some food in my pockets of my chase vest, or you can stick them in your pockets in your jersey or in your front pockets or whatever. These are Picky Bars.
Picky Bars. It's a lad favorite over
bars.
here. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. That's his done.
That's done, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to a little bit of protection and kind of looking a little bit cool at the same time. Glasses.
Glasses.
You need a good pair of glasses because the last thing you want to do is lose an eyeball. We don't need to see you running around riding your mountain bike with pirate patch on, right?
These are my favorite glasses. These are from 100%. They are photochromatic, so they're clear when it's dark out and they get darkened. It's great for riding through forested areas.
Exactly. So what a bummer about certain sunglasses is that you're riding and it's great and the sun's out and all of a sudden you get it where there's a lot of shadows or it's dark and it's hard to see. So if you can't see your line, if you hit like a rock or a root or a rut, next thing you know you're flying over the bars because you couldn't see it because of a pair of sunglasses. This solves that problem. It goes to clear and you're good to go. Or if you've got a weather kind of day where it's like a little bit sunny and then all of a sudden some clouds come in, you can all of a sudden see.
You can always wear those too.
And those work great not only on the mountain bike but all bikes.
Yep.
So, all right, I think this one is our last one. Pads. You wear pads?
I don't wear pads.
I don't wear pads either.
Who wears pads?
My pads right here.
You know, it's usually what's with the toilet paper. You just roll the toilet paper, just stick it in your jersey.
Put it on my butt, put it on my broken shoulder. You know, and if you get into a pickle out in the middle of nowhere, you know, nature calls.
That's true.
You're all good,
that's
man.
what burns are for.
So in all seriousness, why do people need pads?
Well, because when you're going mountain biking downhill quickly, sometimes you hit stuff. So pads can help.
Fair enough.
It's mostly enduro riders or downhill riders that end up wearing the elbow pads and the knee pads and whatnot. It's just wrecking stuff.
In all fairness, I would love to get into that sport or that part of the sport, but my pads would probably turn into casts, and I think that, it would be done. So.
I'm too old for that. Story time.
Story time.
I did. Yeah, forget that. When I was mountain biking in Bend last week, I was doing this downhill trail. I'm cutting through some trees, and I drilled a tree. I hit one.
Like you do?
Yeah, not dead on, but I hit it with my shoulder, and I ripped the skin off my shoulder, and I've got a very nice kit line.
Just rub some dirt on it?
I just rubbed some dirt on it. Would pads have helped me on my shoulder?
Toilet paper?
I think they don't wear shoulder pads. They wear elbow pads.
Maybe you're onto something there. Next $1 million project.
Something.
All right, I think that's enough. Go ride your mountain bike, have fun. Anything else, Lance?
I think that's good.
All right, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.